Hey, Chef Ro here. Today I'm going to talk to you about kneading dough by hand. Okay, now some of us have mixers, and if you put it in there, it does it for you. It's a fantastic thing, stand mixers for dough. But not everybody has one, and some people actually just like the therapeutic value of kneading dough. There's something about just pushing out all your bad day into a pile of flour and water and sometimes other ingredients, right? Now, it doesn't really matter what kind of dough you are kneading here, whether it's a yeast dough or a pasta dough or any kind of dough. The procedure for kneading is the same, okay? What you're trying to do is you're trying to form stronger gluten bonds so that they form a network so that it stretches or traps in air or fill in the blank depending on what the type of recipe you're working with is, but you are trying to develop gluten, and there is a very easy way to do this by hand that you don't need your mixer for, but a mixer will make it go much quicker. Okay, let me show you how to knead. In my bowl here, you can see that I just have a basic, this is just flour and water for demonstration purposes, but this would be the same if you were using egg for pasta dough, or if you had yeast and or other ingredients in here for some sort of bread dough or pizza dough or something like that. Okay, now you'll notice I also have a little bit of extra flour right here. You'll see why in a minute. So the first things first is I kind of give it a little bit of a roll in some flour so that it won't stick to my hand or my table. Okay, and you're going to use this part of your hand right here, and you're going to push forward, fold, and turn. Okay, so you're going to take this and you're going to press in about the center of the dough. You're going to push forward, you're going to fold, and turn. And you need to do that after every time. Let me show you from a slightly different angle. Okay, so you're going to put the heel of your hand in the middle of the dough. You're going to press forward and fold. Notice I am not pressing down, okay? That is going to make it stick to your hand. See, it just stuck to my hand. It's going to make it stick to your hand, and it's going to create holes in here, and it's not actually going to achieve what you want it to achieve. So you always want to press forward, almost like you're stretching it, and then folding it, and turn. Press forward, and fold, and turn. And in general, people are a little too gentle. If you sat and did it just as gently as I'm doing it here all day, you would be here all day. So you do need to put a little oomph behind it, but let me show you what happens if it starts sticking to your hand. Now you're going to see how it's starting to get a little sticky because the inside dough is starting to come to the outside, right? So the reason that I have this bowl like this, the bowl that I originally mixed the dough in, has a little extra flour, and so I can just take it and roll it around on the outside in that. And I haven't lost my ball shape or any of the kneading that I've done. And again, like, put some weight behind it, okay? And some people will even fold it and press in as they're folding to seal the seam there. And if you notice, if you start going on a regular basis, it's almost like a rolling motion that you're trying to do. And can you see how this dough is starting to smooth out? And you can see those gluten strands forming. Okay, and it got a little sticky, so I'm rolling it around again, and I just keep going. Here you see that my ball has completely smoothed out. Now there's a couple of different ways usually to check and see if your dough is done. If you're looking at a bread dough, you want to pull the window pane test, which I do have a video showing you exactly what that means. If you're doing pasta dough, you do the press test. You press down and you want it to pop right back up. See how this was still a little slow in the popping up. See, it left my finger a little bit, which means it's not quite done kneading for something that needs to be very stiff like a pasta dough, but I'd have to pull a window pane to see if this would be ready for bread dough. Okay. If you test your dough and it's not ready, all you have to do is just knead a little bit more. Just keep going, okay, until it reaches the stage that you need it to reach. Again, usually window pane for bread dough, or something like that, and the press test for pasta dough. Okay, hopefully now you fully understand how to knead by hand, and you'll get that arm workout in one of these days.